The reason is because it's such a powerful product at improving metabolic health. And when I'm talking about metabolic health, I want to define what metabolic health is, because a lot of people, when they think of metabolic health, they think of metabolism, how I digest food, or they might be a more sciencey person like me. They might think about building and breaking down molecules in the body, which is kind of the biochemical definition of metabolic health. But when we talk about metabolic health in the context of Pro 360 Performance Greens and really kind of the modern direction of metabolic health, we're talking about metabolic health in terms of 5 specific cardiovascular risk factors. There's 5 cardiovascular risk factors that are associated with metabolic health. These are waist circumference, blood pressure, blood glucose, blood triglyceride levels, and HDL cholesterol levels. And what happens with basically with our modern diet and lack of exercise, we have exposure to chronic high levels of insulin in our bodies because we're eating foods that are kind of devoid of fiber, high in carbohydrates, and exposure to these chronically high carbohydrate-rich foods, foods with free sugars or added sugars, low fiber, things like that. You end up with things like weight gain, leading to increased waist circumference. You end up with increased blood pressure. Fasting blood sugar level eventually starts to change. And this is an interesting one because it takes a long time for your fasting blood sugar level to change. Your body resists that change because it's really damaging to your body. The measure of long-term fasting blood glucose is hemoglobin A1C. And what that actually is hemoglobin protein that has been oxidized and attached to a sugar molecule. So they can basically measure how high your blood sugar level's been by how much damaged hemoglobin you have in your body, in a sense. All of these parameters are really affected by the kinds of foods that we eat and the kinds of things that we do. The great thing about metabolic health is that it's really within our control. As I said, it's affected by the kinds of things that we do in terms of physical activity, exercise level, and the kinds of foods that we eat. If we're eating a diet that is rich in fruits and vegetables, rich in whole foods, high in fiber, and I'm not promoting like a vegan diet or anything, I'm just saying a balanced diet, then we're more likely to have good metabolic health. If we're exercising on a regular basis, we're more likely to have good metabolic health. The problem is that people just don't eat a lot of vegetables. And this is data from the US, so it's not quite the same as Europe, but it's a global thing now. I think that Europe in general does a little bit better job as far as diet compared to the US. Not that that's saying very much because we do so bad here in the US, but if you look at the amount of vegetables that people are consuming, we should be consuming 5 servings a day. And in the US, that's only about 6%. It gets just above 10% in Europe. So it's still not high. It's not like the majority of people are eating the number of vegetables that they should be eating. We're well short of that. One of the really interesting things that I have found looking into our diet is the types of foods that we do eat. And that's what this graph shows. It shows the types of foods that we're eating. We don't eat a lot of vegetables in general. We don't eat green vegetables. We don't eat starchy vegetables. We don't eat red vegetables. The majority of our calories come from grains, but not whole grains, not high fiber grains, processed grains. And this is really important. This is one of the major reasons why our metabolic health suffers so much. We're eating almost no real whole food. What we're choosing to eat is food that has been processed, food that's been refined. And it's not, as I said, it's not just a thing in the US. There is nowhere in the world that I have visited, and I've been all over Europe, I've been all over Southeast Asia, I've been to the Middle East. Everywhere that I go has McDonald's. Everywhere that I go, people are eating fried food. They're eating carbohydrates that are processed and the fiber's been removed. Everywhere that I go, people are eating foods that are bad for metabolic health. And the consequence of that is we're having increased obesity. We're having increased problems with things like blood pressure, increased problems with things like blood sugar control, increased problems with blood lipids. And this leads to some major metabolic health disorders. One of the really sad things about modern agriculture is that even if we're trying hard to eat healthy, our food has been so changed from its original versions that it no longer contains the amount of fiber that it should have. It contains significantly more water, significantly more sugar than it should have. This slide, it shows an example of foods as they were when they grew wild versus foods as they are once they've become agriculturalized. And some of this stuff is relatively recent, but some of it has been, we've had corn the way that corn is now for 1,000 years. But if you look at the picture of corn here, originally before we started breeding corn to have more starch in it, breeding corn to have more calories in it, it looked very much like wheat. It was pretty much just seeds on a piece of grass. We changed through selective breeding our food. Carrots are another great example. Carrots come from a plant called Queen Anne's lace, which is a weed that grows all over the place. If I'm not careful in my yard, I'm going to get wild carrots, basically Queen Anne's lace growing in my yard. It's a really interesting plant. The root's white. It smells like carrot. It tastes a little bit like carrot, but it's not carrot. So we've totally changed our food. We've reduced the amount of nutrient content. We've reduced the amount of fiber content. So even if we're trying to eat healthy, we may not be getting all of the nutrients that we need, all of the fiber that we need. We may be getting more sugar than what we're actually looking for, even if we're buying healthy fruits and vegetables from the grocery store. The reason why we created Performance Greens is to give you whole food vegetables, to give you vegetables that are grown specifically for health, to give you high fiber, nutrient dense, whole food products that allows you to have better control over your metabolic health. And when we're talking about Performance Greens, the key to the story is the 2 full servings of vegetables. That's the bottom line first priority that we wanted to deliver with this product. People don't get enough vegetables, so we wanted to provide 2 full servings of vegetables. If you want to get your 5 servings of vegetables a day, 1 serving of greens gets you almost halfway there. That is a big deal. That's huge. That right there is life-changing for many, many, many people. And the vegetables that are included, again, these are not grown for saleability, which if you're looking at modern agriculture, the vegetables that are grown nowadays are grown to be sold. So they need to taste good. They need to have high sugar content, high water content, low fiber content, and they don't care about nutrients at all. These were grown specifically to have high nutrient composition, to have that fiber. And it's quite different from what you would get at the grocery store. And then we also have superfood algae in this product, spirulina and chlorella, that are incredibly nutrient dense. If you look at the fiber in Performance Greens, this is something that is quite different from other products on the market that are greens products. We have 4 grams of fiber per serving. 4 grams of fiber is way more than what you would get in most of these products, which are around 1 gram of fiber or less than 1 gram, but it rounds up. The fiber is a big deal. When we consume fiber, it changes the way our body metabolizes food. If I consume the right kind of fiber before a meal, it allows my body to react to the sugar in that meal in a different way. Instead of getting a large blood sugar spike, I get a much smaller blood sugar spike. That leads to a change in the amount of insulin that my body produces, which totally changes the way that my body is overall reacting to the food that I eat. And it's metabolizing that food in a much healthier way. Now, the fiber that we put in this product, in our Performance Greens, is a really unique fiber. I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about this fiber because it's something that I really want to celebrate. If you look at juice, fruit juice. Juice is quite different than whole food. If I drink a glass of apple juice, I'm basically drinking a water-based extract of apple. I'm getting all of the water solubles, which mostly includes, some vitamins and minerals, but mostly sugar. And if I drink apple juice, I get a huge blood sugar spike. I get a huge insulin spike. Apple juice is not healthy. If I eat a whole apple, I don't get that insulin spike. I don't get that blood sugar spike. An apple is actually quite healthy. Now, aside from the change in how my body metabolizes it, when I drink juice, all I'm getting is the water solubles. The most healthy part of the apple is what's left behind. It's called the pumice. That's what's left behind after the juicing process. It includes all of the fiber that's in that fruit, but it also includes non-water soluble nutrients, polyphenols, antioxidants. It includes molecules that are trapped within the fiber, within the non-water solubles, that once I consume that fiber, my body breaks it down. The bacteria in my gut break it down and release these nutrients into my body, allowing my body to take advantage of them. So this is very much like eating the whole food without the sugar, as opposed to drinking the juice, which is just drinking the sugar. So the whole food fiber that's in Performance Greens is really a game changer. And it's something that not only changes your metabolism, not only changes the way that you metabolize sugar and lipids, also changes the way that your microbiome is fueled, so that your microbiome grows in a better direction. Another piece of Performance Greens that is really critical is the blend of adaptogens and nootropics. One of the bad things about eating healthy is it takes a long time to notice the difference when we start eating healthy. If I start eating salad, great, I ate a salad, but how does that make me feel? Most people don't notice the difference when they eat a salad, other than that they're still hungry afterwards. That's the biggest difference. If I have a salad for lunch, I'm still hungry later. Other than that, I don't really notice a difference. We wanted to make Performance Greens something that you feel when you consume it. And in order to do that, we added a blend of adaptogens and nootropics. And I want you guys to look at this blend and compare it to other individual mood-boosting products on the market. Because this product on its own, the Schizandra, the EGCG from the green tea, the maca, the choline, these ingredients, they're literally a product on their own that is superior to most products that you would get on the shelf. It is equal to and even superior to some products that are specifically targeted just towards mood. And it's just a little piece of this product to make it have a feel aspect. The great thing about it is when I take Pro 360 Greens, I have a little bit increased energy. I have reduced stress, reduced fatigue. I feel better. I have an easier time with my mood than I would otherwise have. And not only that, the combination of the fiber that's in this product and especially the Schizandra gives a significant satiety effect. That means when I'm done drinking this product, I don't feel hungry afterwards. And this was something that was almost an accident. Honestly, it was not meant to be. We wanted to put these adaptogens and nootropics in there to give it a feel. After we were testing this product, we noticed people were losing weight. We noticed I myself have lost a lot of weight using this product. And it's feedback that we've gotten all around the world as people try using this product. We're losing weight. And the reason is because you don't feel hungry. If I take this product, I take it, in the afternoon usually. Normally, if I have a relatively small breakfast and lunch, which I have been lately, I've been doing a meal replacement protein shake for breakfast and lunch, I'd be really hungry for dinner. But I take my greens around 2:30, I get energy for the rest of the day, I feel better, and come dinner time, I'm not as hungry. So I can eat a much more normal or balanced portion of food for dinner, and I don't feel hungry. I end up losing weight without really feeling like I'm trying to lose weight. which has been an amazing benefit of this product. That, again, it was kind of an unexpected benefit. It's not something we planned for. It's just something that's happened because it's nutrient dense. It contains everything that you need, and it has this satiety effect. So you're not going to go reaching for a snack later on. Let's go to the next slide. One of the other things that we did with this product, it has a blend of vitamins and minerals in it. That's great. We like vitamins and minerals, but we get a lot of vitamins and minerals from a lot of foods. The thing that we're actually deficient in is phytonutrients. And we wanted to make sure that we had a specific phytonutrients fortifying this product to go on top of the phytonutrients that you're getting from the 2 servings of vegetables that's in this product, just to make sure that you're getting everything that you need. So we added the anthocyanidins, we added the quercetin, we added the curcuminoids, we added the citrus bioflavonoids. And it almost adds a whole additional product worth of phytonutrient multivitamin to this product. This is one of those things that I'm proud of working for Synergy. I really am. We have good products. We have the best products. And this is proof. To me, I'm a chemist. So when I look at this, I know exactly what I'm seeing. And I'm going to explain it to those of you that haven't done a lot of analytical chemistry, which is the majority of the world. What this is a chromatogram. And what we do is we have equipment in the Hughes Center that we can use to analyze. Yeah, it's a mass spec. There you go. Somebody's got their analytical chemistry down. So this is was run through an LCMS. LC is the chromatogram portion, MS is the mass spec. And what that does is it separates a product into its components. We specifically were looking for polyphenols. So we're looking at a very specific wavelength of light that will reveal molecules that look like polyphenols. We took Pro 360 Performance Greens and compared it to the leading product on the market, Athletic Greens. And we were looking for polyphenol content. And you can see the number of peaks, the intensity of the peaks is much, much, much higher in Pro 360 Performance Greens than it is in the leading competitor. We actually have polyphenols in our product. The reason is because we actually have vegetables in our product. We have whole foods in our product. We have real food in this product. And that's what really sets it apart. It's not just a supplement. It's real food that contains all the things that real food should contain, including polyphenols that should naturally occur in food products. So one of the differences between Pro 360 Performance Greens and other green products on the market is we're using real food, and they're trying to use food science and pass it off as real food. But they don't actually have the nutrient density that we have. And this is a big deal. So Pro 360 Performance Greens, it is, the tagline on there is feel the difference. And I love that. Though the Pro 360 line, feel the difference, taste the difference. That's another big one. If you guys have tried greens products in the past, they don't taste very good in general. And Pro 360 Performance Greens, even though it has real food in it, it has the real vegetables in it. And vegetables, a can of spinach doesn't taste that good to me. I don't know, maybe some people like it. It's hard to make that taste great to everybody. Pro 360 Performance Greens, we've had taste tests around the world actually with this product. We've done sensory evaluation, and consistently it just blows away the competition in taste tests. So this is a big part of it, because taste, yeah, it's not critical to the function of the product, but you're not going to get the function if you don't keep drinking the product. And taste is big with compliance. If you're not going to keep drinking it, it's never going to work for you. I mentioned before that chromatogram that we had. That's kind of where we got this slide from. We're saying, based on the science, the research that we've done, to get the nutrient density in one serving of Pro 360 Performance Greens, you would have to consume 3 servings of AG1. And that's a very conservative estimate. So If you want to drink 3 servings of AG1, if you want to buy 3 pouches of AG1 for every pouch of Pro 360 Performance Greens, I guess you could go with AG1, but it doesn't taste as good. It's not as nutrient dense. We're not even talking about the fiber or any of these other benefits, just polyphenol content, vegetable nutrient density. You would need 3 bags of AG1. This Ancient Nutrition is another big greens competitor. And if we look at Ancient Nutrition, we can actually see the amount of fiber for this product. And this is pretty ubiquitous. Almost all of the greens products out there have less than 1 gram of fiber, around 1 gram of fiber, because they're not including whole food. Our Pro 360 Performance Greens has 4 grams of fiber. It's 4 times the fiber of our competitors. We had to look really hard to find a greens product that actually gave an indication of how many vegetables, how many servings of vegetables were in the product. This is one of the only ones that we could find by Garden of Life that actually gave an indication of the amount of vegetables that were in the product. And we have 4 times the amount of vegetables as this particular product. If you compare us to other products on the market, one of the things I hate about the supplement industry is how much we try to hide with the labels. And if I look at a product like AG1, for example, it's a greens drink. It's got like 11 grams per serving of green stuff, right? But if I look at the ingredients for this product, the main ingredients are pea protein, spirulina, and inulin. It's a greens product, not a protein product. And 5 grams of pea protein really isn't going to help me all that much anyway. Inulin, it's a good prebiotic, but it also causes bloating. It also is fast fermenting. It's not the only fiber I should have in my product. And spirulina, yeah, it's a great ingredient. We have it in Pro 360 Performance Greens, but it gives you 0 servings of vegetables. It's not a vegetable. It's not the same. So we wanted it in our product, but we also wanted to include 2 servings of vegetables. So products can look very similar based on the label, but if you actually look at the amount of vegetables, if you look at the nutrient density, if you look at the amount of fiber, every comparison that you make to other products, Pro 360 Performance Greens is heads and shoulders above the competition. Summary of Pro 360 Performance Greens. It's just better than any other product out there on the market that's a greens product. Taste is preferred. We've actually done taste testing against competitors, hundreds of people around the world in sensory evaluations, and Pro 360 Performance Greens dominates. It's actually my favorite tasting version of any greens product. We have a product in the US that's quite similar, has a similar flavor profile, and I'm still buying the European version because I just like the way it tastes better. It has a little bit less sweetness to it. It's a little bit more citrusy. It's just an amazing flavored product. I love this product. The whole food fiber, that is a huge differentiator. As a fiber product, this product is better than any fiber supplement that you could be taking on the market. And fiber is absolutely critical to our health. We should be consuming more fiber. The average person consumes about 14 grams of fiber a day. And for women, you should be consuming 25 grams a day. For men, you should be consuming 38 grams of fiber a day. We're deficient in fiber. Virtually everybody is deficient in fiber. You want to fix metabolic health, eat more fiber. Synergy Pro 360 Performance Greens is a great fiber supplement, if nothing else. 2 full servings of vegetables. That's huge. Nutrient density is so important. Part of the reason why we're hungry all the time is because we're eating food that has calories but no nutrients. This fixes that problem. This is giving us nutrients. This is giving us everything that our body needs, so our body stops complaining and telling us to eat more food all the time. This is really a huge step towards a healthier lifestyle. And that's something that, if we're looking at metabolic health, lifestyle is the number 1 factor towards good metabolic health. We have to have a healthy lifestyle. This isn't just a supplement. This is changing your diet. This is changing your lifestyle. This is the most important step you can take towards a healthier you. Physiological effects of fiber in the body. There are so many. And I love this question. It's literally an hour-long presentation on its own. This is my primary area of study, so I will give you a little bit on it. Fiber actually affects the way that sugar is digested. If I consume sugar in the absence of fiber, as I said, I get this huge blood sugar spike. I get this huge insulin spike. And that's really one of the worst things about consuming processed carbohydrates is they have free sugar or added sugar. They don't have fiber. So you get this large insulin spike. The problem with that large insulin spike, yeah, my blood sugar goes way up, but then because of that large insulin spike, my blood sugar actually drops below where it normally was. So 45 minutes or so after I eat, I feel hungry again, which is crazy because I've just had, 600 calories worth of processed food, but 45 minutes later to an hour later, I feel hungry again because I have low blood sugar level, because my body has already stored all that away. If I add fiber to that meal, then it changes the way that I'm digesting that food. It slows it down so that my blood sugar level never gets as high. My blood insulin level never gets as high. And I don't ever get that dip afterwards. That's a huge piece of it. That just the metabolism of sugar on its own is a reason why we should be consuming fiber. If I look at the way that fiber interacts with blood lipid levels, it has a similar effect on blood lipid levels. It actually pulls lipids out of our stomach and absorbs them and reduces the amount of certain types of lipids that get into our system. If we look at how fiber feeds the microbiome, which that's a whole talk on its own. Microbiome is probably the most important aspect of health that none of us understand. And if we take fiber, especially a diverse blend of fiber, the whole food fiber, yeah, we have fiber from cranberry, carrot, blueberry, apple, and spinach. And there's a few other fiber sources in this product as well, but those are the main ones. That's 5 different fibers, sort of, but each one of those is a whole food natural fiber. And a berry contains blends of hundreds of different types of fiber that feed different parts of my microbiome, so that my microbiome, all of the bacteria that should be growing and thriving, are allowed to grow and thrive. And this gives them a competitive advantage over bad bacteria. So the fiber in this product can affect my health in so many ways. Instantly, right away, if I take this product, it can blunt the effect of blood sugar. It can improve satiety. It can help with weight management. Long term, it can affect my microbiome, which can affect every aspect of my health. This is a whole food product. And that's one of the things that really separates it from other products. It's not a supplement. It is a lifestyle product that changes your diet. Let's go to another question before I talk too long on fiber.
I see one here that says, how does this compare with Phytolife and Essential Greens? And can you combine these products?
They're very different products. Phytolife is basically it's sodium copper chlorophyllin. That's what Phytolife is. Pro 360 Performance Greens has chlorophyll in it, but it's quite different. It's whole chlorophyll, which is a different molecule than sodium copper chlorophyllin. It also has much less. It takes a lot of plants to get to the 120 milligrams of chlorophyll or sodium copper chlorophyllin that's in Phytolife, more than you could reasonably consume. And the reason why that large dose of sodium copper chlorophyllin is important is because in order to get to clinically relevant amounts for detoxifying your body, you virtually have to consume it as an isolated extract, an isolated molecule. One aspect of it that's really critical is the water solubility of sodium copper chlorophyllin in Phytolife. There's toxins in our body that we get from consuming burnt carbohydrates, from breathing in air that has burnt fuel in it, whether it be any carbohydrate, oil, wood, whatever. Pollutants that we're breathing in contain toxins. A specific type of toxins called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. They're hard for my body to get rid of, but sodium copper chlorophyllin can bind to them and get rid of them. So Phytolife is something you should be taking every day for detoxification, for general health, quite different than Pro 360, more of a supplement and not necessarily a whole food product in the same way that Pro 360 Performance Greens is, but a critically important supplement for detoxification. Essential greens is also a supplement, but a critically important supplement for providing a diverse array of phytonutrients from foods that we don't normally eat. Essential greens contains specific polyphenols, specific phytonutrients from things like barley grass, wheatgrass, an array of different spices, which are rich in specific polyphenols, things that even are somewhat antibiotic or antifungal in nature. So they are very different in what they do. Pro 360 Performance Greens is a whole food product that you need to take to balance your metabolic health. Phytolife is a detoxifying product that you need to take to get rid of toxins that your body can't get rid of on its own, that you're exposed to every day just from breathing the air. And Essential Greens is a supplement that is more like a phytonutrient-based multivitamin in a way that helps optimize your health. So that's the difference between them.
I also see a lot of people asking the difference with BiomeDT.
BiomeDT is, prior to Pro 360 coming out, it was one of my favorite products. Now I like Pro 360 better. The reason why it was one of my favorite products is because it does have a lot of fiber in it. But the fiber that's in BiomeDT is quite different. And the goal of BiomeDT is quite different as well. BiomeDT is really about healing the gut and removing heavy metal toxins. That's what it's about. The studies that we've done on BiomeDT in the Hughes Center are all about removing heavy metal toxins from our bodies. The ingredients, like the fibers that are in it and the L-glutamine that's in it, are specifically for repairing the gut. It's about gut barrier junction. It's about the gut mucous membrane lining. And it's not necessarily a metabolic health product. It's really somewhat similar, I guess, if you looked at the ingredients in a broad way, but it's not the same product at all. I have a question on the difference between the US and European version of the product that I see. And the biggest difference there is honestly the flavor. I actually traveled to Europe to help build Pro 360 Performance Greens. I brought the formula in. I did all the formulation work, and the last minute stuff that I did in Europe was predominantly making sure that it ran on the manufacturing equipment in Europe and making sure that the flavor was appropriate for the European palate. And that's really the difference between the two. There's very, very little difference overall between these two products.
I see another question that says, would this be good to take before doing Purify?
So I think this is a product that's literally good to take all the time. This is something that everybody should be taking all the time, pretty much every day. And the reason I think that is because the majority of us have metabolic health problems. The majority of us are not eating a diet that contains all of the nutrients that we need. We're not getting enough vegetables in our diet in general. So to me, if everybody was taking this product, everybody would be a little bit healthier. So that's something that I just want to put out there. Everybody should be taking it. The Purify system, it can actually help make this product better in a way, because the Purify system is about fixing what's broken in your body. It's about repairing your gut. It's about improving your microbiome. It's about allowing your body to be able to access nutrients. There's a lot with the Purify system that can really help this product, because if you have a really bad gut health, if you have really bad overall health, you may not be able to even break down some of the fibers, some of the nutrients that are in Power Green or Pro 360 Performance Greens. Taking the Purify system can just improve that. It can make you more able to access those nutrients. It makes the product better. So yes, take Purify on a regular basis. Make sure that your system is able to access these nutrients, but you should be taking the Pro 360 Performance Greens every day, no matter what.
I've seen some questions regarding, and I understand this because I think a lot of parents want to take advantage of this product, if it's safe for children and if they could have a full serving, or should they have it?
Unfortunately, we can't officially answer that question because legal requirements for a product for children are very specific, and this has not been tested to those legal requirements. So we can't really answer that. Personally, I've given it to my kids because I think my kids need vegetables, but we couldn't promote it for kids at all.
Thank you. And also I see, this is interesting, what happens with the nutrients and vitamins if we add Pro 360 to hot water or make pancakes, for example?
If you add it to hot water and drink it, it's fine. My current favorite mix right now is in the US, we have our meal replacement, vanilla meal replacement that I've been using. I mix that with collagen and the performance greens in hot water. And I like it in hot water because everything mixes better and it changes the flavor a little bit. I get a stronger taste when I mix it with hot water. There's no issue with mixing it with hot water as far as the nutrients go. You wouldn't want to put it in the microwave or something like that. Baking it into something, you are going to lose some of the nutrients. It's not necessarily going to ruin the product, but it's like the difference between eating raw vegetables versus cooked vegetables. There is a change in the nutrients. There's a change in the product. But if you wanted to make pancakes with it, you're still going to get some added benefit from this product. It just will be slightly different than what it would be if you had it raw. And yeah, hot but not boiling is what I do.
Any more questions?
So there's one question that I want to talk about that Daniela mentioned. That would you say performance greens breaks carb dependency that we have? It can certainly help. I really feel that globally we are very much carb dependent. And this is something that the Pro 360 line in general, we're trying to address carbohydrate dependency, lack of metabolic flexibility. And when I talk about metabolic flexibility, I'm talking about the ability for my body to swap back and forth between carbohydrates as a fuel source and fat as a fuel source. And that's, again, a whole other presentation to talk about. But because of the nutrient density, because of the fiber content in this product, it can really change the way my body reacts to carbs. And because I'm lowering insulin levels or lowering insulin response to a carbohydrate challenge, having that lower insulin level helps break carbohydrate dependency. It's the chronic high insulin and the repetitive consumption of carbohydrates leading to chronic high insulin that causes some of these carbohydrate dependency issues. This product can really help break that cycle. You know, the power line or the Pro 360 performance line in general can help break that cycle.
I see one here that says, what is the specific or key benefit for athletes and when should they take it, before or after exercise?
So with this product, anytime that you're improving nutrition, you are, and that's really what this product is about. Anytime that you're improving nutrition, you're improving athletic performance. Virtually every greens product out there talks about athletic performance. And for the most part, it's because you're improving your overall nutrition. If I'm healthier, I perform better. That's what the main effect of the product is. That being said, the adaptogens and nootropics that are in this product can have an acute effect on athletic performance. Personally, I would not take this product right before I exercise. I would take it like an hour before I exercise. I'm going to get some benefit from the Shizandra that's in there, from the EGCG that's in there. They improve, EGCG improves mitochondrial efficiency, enhances mitochondrial biogenesis, things like that. Shizandra helps improve athletic performance through perception. It makes us feel like we're not working as hard. So there are aspects that can help, but because of the nutrient density of this product, because of the fiber of this product, you need to give yourself some time to digest it before you exercise.
And I think we could do one last question so we stay on time. Or Michael, if you would like to mention something else that people would like to know.
There is one question on here that I really want to clarify. It says grapefruit influences the impact of medicine products, so pay attention. It's not really a question, it's more of a comment. And what this person is referring to is there are certain molecules in grapefruit that are CYP3A4 inhibitors. CYP3A4 is one of the many cytochromes that is responsible for metabolizing molecules in our body, and is specifically associated with metabolizing certain medicines. This does not contain those types of molecules. It contains specifically grapefruit bioflavonoids, which are not associated with CYP3A4 inhibition. So yes, be careful, be aware of the foods that you're eating and the medicines you're taking. But mechanistically, this shouldn't have that type of an issue.
And I think just this last one, because I see that it was repeated, but people were asking if people with thyroid problems can safely consume this product.
Anytime there's a medical issue, you're supposed to consult your doctor. And that's going to be the standard answer to any type of a question. If you have a specific medical condition, yeah, that's really all I can say about that one. So unfortunately, I can't answer that with any more detail without getting in trouble from our legal team. You can definitely take 2 servings a day if you want to, by the way. There's some questions on that. You can mix it with pro-arginine and Mystify. That's a great Mystify plus this product actually is a really, really good combination because you really want to have nutrients from fruits and vegetables. And Mystify is all about phytonutrients from specific polyphenol-rich berries and superfood-rich berries. It's an awesome product, and it goes really well with Pro 360 Greens. So yeah, feel free to mix it. I have one more question that I want to answer because it's a question that I've been asked a lot. This product contains green tea. It contains EGCG. Does it have caffeine? It technically is not caffeine-free. It's decaffeinated, but it contains less caffeine than you would get in a small square of chocolate. So it really, even though we can't say caffeine-free because, yes, it contains something that at one point in time contained caffeine, it is totally decaffeinated. So take this product anytime you want. You can take it right before you go to bed. If you can't consume caffeine, you can still take this product.
Thank you so much, Michael. Again, it was brilliant. Thank you so much.